Hey everybody, welcome back to our first real video back in that normal cadence. Today we are talking about print on demand and why it is sneaky. So let's jump into what it is, why it is, how to do it correctly. So really quick to get up to speed, if you don't know what print on demand is, it's the thing that you've probably seen a lot of entrepreneurial YouTubers or other social media personalities touting the benefits of just make a quick design on Canva and then put it on this website, and when somebody orders your product, they'll put your design on that product and send it right to them. A lot of times you'll see videos kind of like this one.
If you're not making an income from your laptop yet, try this free side hustle. First, go to Canva and create a design. A simple design like this is perfect. Download it to your computer. Next, you want to sign up with Shopify and download the app Printful. Printful allows you to sell these products with your design on, and they will do all the printing. I'm choosing this phone case. The phone case costs $11. I'm selling it for $25, so we can profit $14 per sale. Lastly, submit to store. Time to customize our website. Don't stress, a simple modern looking one like this is all you need. When you get an order, Printful will print your design onto the product and send it directly to your customers.
And I mean, those videos are not really necessarily telling you anything that's not true. That's really what print on demand is. It is at its core. Instead of manufacturing 1,000 mugs with a design on it, you make the design and these people will have blank mugs ready to go. And then when somebody orders your mug, they will then print on demand. They will print the design on there and then send it out. Now, obviously, unless you have rights to anything with trademark on it, we've done some videos on licensing. It has to be your own designs, and then of course that you need to put it on a storefront somewhere, like on Shopify or something, for people to be able to purchase it. But that manufacturing aspect has been taken care of by that print-on-demand vendor. Now, let's talk about why it's a slippery slope and why those YouTube ads or those YouTube people or TikTok, business creators are telling you kind of a partial truth. So all this is doing is that it's crossing a manufacturing hurdle, and people that tout the benefits of it like it's this cure-all, they're conflating this with a sales hurdle, and that's the part that they glaze over. And yet that can be the if not the most important, that is one of the most important parts, is that this is not a sales funnel. This is not getting people to buy your thing. If we look back at that video that I played just a moment ago, she says you put it on your Shopify when someone places an order. That is the biggest part. When, if I make a Shopify store with some original designs from Canva, it doesn't matter where you got them, unless somebody else owns them, but you could put them on your Shopify store and it will just sit there in the vast nothingness of the internet and nobody's going to get to your site. Are you making social media accounts for your store, or are you leveraging your existing social media accounts to drive traffic to that store? Are you running ads to get people to that store? You still need to do all of the other aspects of running an online store. You've just solved for the manufacturing component. And I don't think we talk about that enough whenever I see people talking about using print on demand. You could have one over the other, and what I mean to say is, if you had one or the other and then you flipped it, like if I had sales and no print and I couldn't use print on demand, it's sales or demand or purchase orders that people want to buy your product is as good as gold. If I had a big order from a vendor, let's say I made just a shirt in my home and I wanted to screen print it or something, but I didn't even do it, and Urban Outfitters sees it on social media or something, and they said, hey, we want to put in an order for 1,000 of these shirts. I could take this to a bank, small business bank, and say, hey, I need a loan to finance a run of these 1,000 shirts. I have an order for it already. And that's called PO financing, which is something you can do. See how like we found a solution because there were sales. On the other side of that coin, if you have, well, I don't need to run 1,000, I can run just one. I have tons of flexibility in the manufacturing, but I don't have any sales on the other side of that. It doesn't matter that you have flexibility. It's a slippery slope because a lot of these people will get you to sign up for stuff, sign up for Shopify with their affiliate link, sign up for Printful or Printify, or there was another one. Anyways, sign up for these things and get everything ready and be paying your monthly payment to all these people. And it's as good as not having any of that set up because there's nobody there to buy anything. So that's kind of the point I'm trying to make, is that you should really keep an eye on these things. So part 3 of this is how I would deploy like a print-on-demand type service. Something that is great an issue that you have when you're running stuff with like a large, let's go with t-shirts. If there was a screening shop that ran t-shirts, and they usually have MOQs, which is minimum order quantity. And if I wanted a new design on a shirt, I'd have to commit to whatever the vendors or whatever you can negotiate their MOQ to be. But if I used a print-on-demand service, I could run just one of those. Theoretically, I could put it up on the site without having pre-made any, and then as people order, if I'm not 100% on the design, or I want to A/B test maybe 10 different designs on my site that's already getting traffic from, marketing or paid ads or some other means, and I maybe only had the money to finance one of those as a large-scale run, I would use print-on-demand to iterate different versions of those designs, see which one sold the best, and then do a larger run with the more traditional manufacturing method for that design. This is a great way to use print-on-demand, is to test. Let's say I make t-shirts and I'm thinking about mugs. I could take some of our best-selling t-shirt designs, put them on a mug through a print-on-demand service, and then put it online. See what it does. Maybe all the ones that sold well as t-shirts sell well as mugs, and then I can go to a manufacturer and do an actual run of a couple hundred mugs, a couple thousand mugs, before once I know that people are going to be buying it. And if it totally flops, you know what, no big deal. I just put it on a print-on-demand site. I didn't actually make any, so only 5 people bought them. No big deal. I'll take off the site. We'll try something else. We'll try phone cases next. The reason that you want to move from print-on-demand to more traditional manufacturing when something is doing well is because print-on-demand has really bad margins. That is really the biggest trade-off in that flexibility of not having to pre-make all of them, is that for the luxury of only printing when somebody buys it, that facility that does print on demand is holding all of this blank inventory of all of these different types of items, and they charge you a premium for that. And so if a mug, let's say a mug is a normal screen print, when somebody does 1,000 of them, it's $1 for the mug and $1 for the screen print, so that's $2 total. 1,000 units is the MOQ, so it's a lot more money out at the beginning, but maybe you negotiate terms, there's a deposit, and then you have some terms on the balance, what have you, but essentially you paid $2 a unit for this mug. Once you ship it maybe and you pay any kind of duties and tariffs on it, it lands at your warehouse for $3 a mug, let's say, and then you sell the mug for $10. Great, that's some pretty easy math. Those are probably not the best margins still, but that's by industry, and you can look that up yourself what the healthy margin is. But anyways, you're not losing money on it, right? You bought it, it landed, it's here in my warehouse for $3. I'm gonna sell it for 10. That same mug, if I were getting it through a print-on-demand service, is probably costing me from that print-on-demand vendor with the decoration on it. It's probably charging me $6 plus shipping directly to the customer. So either I eat the shipping or I charge it to the customer. But let's say it's it's never going to be this, but let's say it's $1 for shipping. So they charge it. So the mug was $6. $1 for shipping, $7. So now landed at the customer, it's $7. Yeah, $7. And then if you go back and say, oh, well, that $1 of shipping, you'd have to ship it if you had it in your warehouse and you ran it. So let's say instead of $3, now it's $4 because I paid for shipping. So still $4 where I sold it for 10, while this is $7 and I sold it for 10. I'm making way, way less on the print-on-demand one, but I didn't have to pay for 1,000 of these all at once. I paid my $6 or $7 with the shipping. I paid for shipping. I paid $7 when somebody ordered it on my site and gave me $10, and then I spent $7 for this, and then I got to keep the $3. It is a phenomenal way to essentially just like launder money, because you are selling it for close to what you were charged to make it. And it's it's really bad on the things that print on demand works really well with, like mugs, phone cases, hoodies. These hoodies that are nice like this, they charge quite a premium. And of course you could say, oh well, if they're charging me way more, then I will charge way more, and I will keep my margin still, so I still will get like a 4 times or 5 times return on any time somebody orders. But the problem with that is that you run into kind of the whatever the space you're in, there's kind of a ceiling probably to what people will pay consistently for that type of item. So if the hoodie, when all said and done, is costing you $38 from the print-on-demand vendor, and you're not Supreme, this is still just a regular hoodie, you can maybe charge $50, $60 tops. Maybe if you have a very devout fan base and some really good art, you could charge a little bit more, but still, this same hoodie, if you were to run a couple hundred, a couple thousand, the cost is going to be like $5, $4, and all of a sudden you can compete in like a $40 hoodie, a $50 hoodie, and even if you can sell it for more, you're going to make way, way more per unit. So it's really a good tool for iteration. That's really how I would implement it. It is, in my mind, by no means a standalone business. Some people will disagree with that. I guess you can, but the thing is, you spend $100 to make $110, and then you have to spend another $100 to make another $10. It is a way to make money, but you are just moving a lot of money around, and putting it back out just as much as you take it in, and that to me feels like not a great business plan. But again, nobody can stop you if you want to go and do that. But ideally, you'd find what's working, and then you'd somehow, even if it takes you a little bit of time to work, get enough capital to then put in an order for something that's working at a larger scale. All of a sudden, it's going to cost you $20 to make 100 instead of 100 to make 110. So now you're like, okay, for every $20 I spend, I make 100, and then I can put in a bigger order because something else is working and I have more customers, and I can do a bigger run which lowers my unit cost. And now for every $10 I spend, I make $100. To me, that's the better way to go. I'd say the only caveat to that is if you wanted a like 4-wheelsies, no effort kind of business, and really the only thing you wanted to be doing is maybe posting content. I get the hoodie and then I go to the beach and I take a photo with it, and like you want to drive sales, you know, by doing social like that, lives, other things like that, and you're kind of like a one-person shop and you don't want to even touch the manufacturing. This, you know, the print on demand that plugs into like Printify, that plugs into Shopify, is that kind of just like automated solution. You know, the order comes in and it gets pushed right over, the order ships, the tracking pushes back up to Shopify, gets back out to the customer, Shopify deposits the difference into your account and then deposits it into your bank account, and that kind of system runs, again, at a very low margin, but it does run by itself. So if that is your biggest priority, yes, you could do that, but you're still going to have to be driving sales to that site for that, you know, flywheel to keep going and to gain momentum. And in my mind, if you need to be working that hard to drive the sales, it's, you know, it's probably in your best interest to try to move what is working well into more traditional manufacturing. So that's my I don't know if it's a hot take because print on demand's been out for a while, but I feel like we've talked about small businesses to start, we've talked about trends and things that we've seen going bust, and I'm just online, I see so many I started to see so many print on demand ones that really neglected to tell you that like kind of really important part about it. So I thought we'd address it here. Please let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree, if you disagree, if you have a print on demand apparel and you're looking to move over to more traditional manufacturing for that, and you're looking for like a partner in the LA area, I do know some people from back in the day that do runs of like 50 shirts, 100 shirts, and hoodies or canvas bags kind of thing. Might be something to look into as you're scaling. So feel free to reach out and I can put you in contact with those people. Otherwise, I will see you on our new schedule. See you on Tuesday, next Tuesday. So a week from when this video is coming out, on Tuesday. But I would try to have some other content in between. We will try to do some lives here, there, when appropriate. We were going to do one for the Super Bowl because we had a lot of interesting takes on the ads. But alas, we didn't have time. Life happened. So I'll see you. Hopefully we'll both see you next Tuesday. And until then, it's business as usual.